Alright, magandang gabi. Maginhawa at malingap at welcome sa MFC Barangay Town Halls 2023. Ngayon po ang ikawalong araw ng kampanya para sa Barangay and SK Elections 2023. Kaya ang ating third leg ng ating town hall ay para sa mga residente ng Barangay UP Village. Live na live po tayo ngayong gabi dito sa Friuli, Trattoria. Dito po yan sa may UP Village sa Maginhawa. Magandang gabi po, ako po si Jules Giang. Ang MFC o ang Maginhawa Food Community ay grupo na binubuo ng mga restaurant owners mula sa Sikatuna, TV East, TV West at UP Village. Nabuo lamang nitong pandemya, layunin po ng MFC na muling payabungin ang maginhawa at malingap. Para sa MFC Barangay Town Halls, layunin ng MFC na makapagbigay ng plataforma upang mas makilala natin ang mga kumakandidato para kapitan o punong barangay. Malaman ang kanilang mga plano at malaman din kung paano tutugunan ang mga issues and concerns na kinakaharap ng mga business owners at syempre ng ating mga residente. Hangad din namin sa MFC na makatulong na hikayatin ang bawat mamamayan na bumoto sa October 30. Kaya naman, let's all exercise our right to vote on Monday. Kaya naman, simulan na natin. Simple lang po ang daloy ng ating town hall. Mahati po sa 5 ang ating town hall. Una po ang pakilala. Pangalawa ang general plans of action. Pangatlo ang MFC concerns. Pang-apat ang open forum, maaari po kayo magtanong dito at closing statement. Simpleng-simple lang po ang daloy natin. Tama po narinig ninyo sa open forum po, maaari po kayo magtanong sa ating Facebook. Diretso lang po kayo magtanong sa ating Facebook page para po makita po namin ang inyong pangalan at mabati rin namin kayo dito sa ating live. Kaya naman pakilala na natin ang ating mga kandidato. Nagpadala po tayo ng imbitasyon sa 3 kandidato para punong barangay sa UP Village. Ang incumbent Barangay Captain, Atty. Virgilio Ferrer II, Kagawad Enrique Paulino Garcia at Kagawad Janet Infante. Ang mga tumugon sa ating imbitasyon, let's welcome, good evening po, incumbent Barangay Captain, Atty. Virgilio Ferrer II. Sir, magandang gabi po.
Representing our team legacy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And we also have Kagawad Enrique Paulino Garcia.
I am representing Team Tugon.
May mga team names pala sila dito sa UP Village. Okay, simulan na po natin ang ating first part. Ito po yung pakilala natin. Bibigyan po namin kayo ng tip, 3 minuto po bawat isa para ipakilala po ang inyong sarili. At meron din po kayo isang tanong na dapat sagutin. Kung mayroong isang kalye sa UP Village na magde-describe sa inyo, ano ito at bakit? So sisimulan po natin ang round na ito kay Atty. Ferrer. 3 minutes, start now.
I'm Atty. Virgilio Ferrer II. Been barangay captain for more than 20 years. Ganun nakatagal, no? And I started as 97. And I studied law. And on my second term, I became a lawyer. And I've been working with cost-oriented groups. No, I'm also a major in the military, fresco. Currently I'm a rear admiral in the Philippine Coast Guard. So I've given more than almost a half of my life in public service. And why UP Village? Well, actually, dito ako pinanganak, no? So, and I really love public service. Now, I am now on my last term. So, pakiusap ko lang, last term na po ako. So, 2 years na lang naman po yan because of the law. And I can proudly say that I've been through, I've seen the history of UP Village. We started as an R1. We maintained our residence sa UP Village as R1. Now, it's R2, residential 2. There was a time na walang sidewalk, nagkaroon ng sidewalk, nagkaroon ng barangay hall, the biggest barangay hall before the year 2000. Nagkasunura na yung lahat ng mga barangay hall because of what we did. And notably, our contribution is basically in terms of fiscal management. the real property tax at that time was not given directly to the barangays, but we were lobbying it with the city mayor. So ang Barangay UP Village was the first one who received the real property tax directly to our account. And during the term of Speaker Sunny Belmonte, this was cascaded to the other barangays of Quezon City. So marami, no? Lots of things. No? And now I'm on my last term. So may nagawa na po tayo, may magagawa pa. So ang magagawa pa, may mga pending po. Like the alley, yung mga alley namin po ngayon, we're working on it. Alley 44 is looking good. Now we have the other alley, this is ongoing. Inaayos na po ngayon. And the other alley, ayusin po namin. So all for maginawa naman, mababa lang po yung budget namin. So that's why we are really aiming on how to revitalize Maginhawa so that we can increase also our income. No? Kukunti lang po yung aming around 10 million lang po yung budget namin. So yung mga tanods namin, everything is very short. No? So Claret Holy Family is really a problem in terms of profit. So yun.
Thank you so much po. Sir, anong street kayo?
Mahusay.
Mahusay si. Nako sir, alam niyo, naalala ko bata ako, lagi kaming sumasayaw dyan sa covered court ninyo kapag weekend sa Kids for Christ kasi ako dati. So doon kami lagi nag-i-event dati. So, yan yung mga mga public servants natin sa UP Village. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan natin si Atty. Ferrer. Okay, sunod naman po, 3 minuto naman para kay Kagawad Garcia. Timer starts now.
Okay, I am Sunny Garcia. You can call me Enrique Paulino Catalbas Garcia for short. And I have been here in Barangay UP Village since 1961. We had already been here. And all of this area was talahib. I've seen Maginhawa grow. I've seen UP Village grow. And for 21 years, or more than 21 years as a barangay kagawad, believe me, I love this barangay. That's why I still would like to continue to improve this barangay and make it good, a livable one. At the same time, bring progress also to our barangay, increase our income, because we really do need a little additional income for the barangay, so we could also better our service to the community, to the people that come and go. So that is my dream, my wish, and I do believe it is achievable with my plans. It is achievable. Well, it really takes time, but it can be done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Palakpakan po natin. Kagawad Garcia, thank you so much. Diyan po nagtatapos ang ating first part, ang ating pakilala. And of course, before we proceed, gusto natin magpasalamat sa ating host venue for tonight, ang Friuli Trattoria. Palakpakan po natin ang Friuli. Thank you so much. Isa po yan sa mga OG dito sa Maginhawa. Naririnig ko na ever since mga estudyante pa lang sila, dito raw sila lagi nagde-date. Di ba? And of course, maraming salamat din sa Moonleaf for providing our drinks for tonight. Okay, so mga sirs, sa mga candidates po natin, dumako na tayo sa sunod na bahagi ng ating town hall. Ito po yung general plans of action. So ano nga bang maasahan ng Barangay UP Village kung kayo po ang papalaring maging punong barangay ng UP Village? Bibigyan po namin kayo ng 5 minuto para po ihayag ang inyong mga plano. So sa round po na ito, magsisimula naman tayo kay Kagawad Garcia at susundan naman ni Kapitan Ferrer. Kagawad Garcia, timer starts now. 5 minutes.
Well, yung plans ko for this coming barangay, if I sit as punong barangay, definitely I will have to make some cleanup within the barangay first. I mean, the barangay itself. Because there are things that we have to elaborate before we can go outward. And yes, there will be a lot of challenges. But if we are able to get all of that, And we will be able to get all of that. No, we'll be able to achieve it since it's just a clean up part. Everybody will benefit from it, including the business establishments. What I really want, even from City Hall, is a clear definition of what we are supposed to do, how the barangay comes into play. And from the barangay side, what the people in the barangay would do. What my personnel, I mean the barangay personnel, will do. What is their definite job? Because there cannot be an overlapping. Because if there's an overlapping, definitely there's going to be confusion. So it has to be clear. And yes, we have so many projects, but please be reminded, Barangay UP Village is what we call a government subdivision. So the streets, the alleys, everything here is Quezon City owned. It's not barangay owned. So there is really there's a vague definition on where the barangay starts and where the barangay ends, and where the city starts and when the city ends. But still, those are my plans. Start first with the barangay office, clean up the barangay office. Then we can work outward. And definitely it will benefit everybody, not just our constituents, but those that come and go, and including our business establishments that are at present and soon will, accommodate, will soon be here in our barangay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sir, you still have 3 minutes if you want to add more or you're good. Okay. Yan. So, Kagawad Garcia, palakpakan po natin. So, he basically said na magsa-start internally muna, cleaning up the barangay office, etc. And then, everything will follow after that. Lahat na ng mga plano, susunod na dyan. Thank you so much kay Kagawad Garcia. Ngayon naman po, susundan tayo ni Atty. Ferrer, ang incumbent kapitan ng UP Village. Sir, 5 minutes for you.
Okay, so I'm a graduate of community development from the University of the Philippines. So the main management style is basically participatory governance. So for the past 5 years, since 2018, that I was elected as a barangay captain, I see to it that each of the kagawads will be given a responsibility. Ang aming sweldo 2,000 lang po ang difference. No? So yung 2,000 difference na yan, lugi naman po ang kapitan kung ang kapitan lang ang kumikilos, di ba? Kumilos naman po tayo lahat. So each of the kagawads were given a responsibility. We have the Barangay Council for the Protection of Children that was this is now being headed by Kagawad Ria Espiritu. So we've gone to a lot of projects such as yung sports development. We already have some products for the palarong pambansa. Products pa tawag doon. I mean, result of the work every Saturday morning, yung aming clinic ng basketball and others mga scholars mga varsities because of our project So that's for Kagawad Ria Espiritu. Binigay po namin yan sa akin as part of the delegation of responsibility. So we have also Kagawad Fraico. Kagawad Fraico is the one in charge of solid waste management. So kasama po sa cleanliness siya, etc. She's the one handling directly the eco aids. We have an eco aid. So eco aids yan, 6 yan sila. They go around cleaning, etc. So that is directly under the solid waste management. So we have also on the seniors, we have Kagawad Castillo, Letty Castillo, math professor po sa UP yan. So she's in charge of the seniors. Ang seniors po, mayroon pong budget yan na 1% from the barangay. So bigay po natin yan. Lahat po ng mga pondo ng mga barangay, I see to it that kung ano po yung naka-assign sa mga agawads is they are the ones handling it. Ako lang is they propose, I dispose. Okay? So that's one. We also have Kagawad Peralta, who is the one handling the laws. No? He's a lawyer. So Committee on Laws yan. Siya yung nag-aayos ng form and substance ng aming mga resolutions and ordinances. So sa kanya nakadelegate yan. So we also have Kagawad Infante. Kagawad Infante, who's running now for Barangay Captain, also is in charge naman for the health. No? During the pandemic, although she's a senior citizen, medyo on the latter part, sabi ko, sige, ma-involve ka naman para naman medyo makita naman ng mga residente yung performance natin, no? During the pandemic. That's 2 years, no? At least sa ating pandemic, when we see to it na yung health is our main concern. By God's grace, no, zero casualty naman po kami, no, pagdating po sa ito pong nakaraang pandemic, no. Again, we also have before you kasi papito. Sino ba tanong mo? Remy. Kagawad Remy Credo, yes, she's the one in charge sa GAD, no? Gender and Advocacy Development. 5% po yan ng budget. So 5% ng budget na yan, well, one of the active yan, no? Aside from the BCPC, Barangay Council for the Protection of Children. Siya, ang one of those active na almost every month may mga activities siya na is being funded by the barangay. Of course, si Kagawad Sani is in charge of the peace and order, anti-drugs, and disaster preparedness. Actually, si Kagawad Sani is the one who is really there. No? Ako po, pagka wala ako sa barangay, siya yung aking sabihin na natin na tiwala. Siya yung humahawak sa flag ceremony, actually. So, pag wala ako, siya yung kumbaga, commander-in-chief. So, anyway, hindi ko rin kung bakit ito pero okay lang. However, kasi akala niya, hindi na ako tatakbo kaya nagsiguro siya, no? I might be passing it to one of the kagawas. Nagsiguro siya. Anyway, so, yun po. That's the main thing, no? I've been training people since 2018. So, it's up to them if they think that they can take the position of punong barangay. I don't mind. Yeah. But I still have to, another term, I was thinking, kasi gusto ko sana to go on a higher level, but choices yan. No? So now, sabi ko, on my last term, 2 years na lang naman yan. So sa health ang aking plataforma, health. Health, why? Because health is H is health, no? E is environmental protection and education. L is livelihood, and P is peace and order. So health yun. Again, hindi pwedeng gawin yun ng kapital. It should be a synergy of everybody. Anyway, 2 years yan. Sabi ko nga sa mga residente, hello, 2 years na lang po yan. Pag nagbago pa kayo ng kapitan, 1 taon, kakapapa yung kapitan, at yung mga kagawad, may 6 na kagawad na bago, if you think that you can have as a barangay captain na kaya yun, magbabago ka pa ng band mo, aayos ka pa ng records mo and everything. After that, elections na naman ng national. So may ban na naman yan. And after the election na national, ban na naman kasi election na naman ng barangay. So it's too short. So I mean, logically, you might want to reconsider or consider to re-elect me on my last term. Ganun lang makasipo yan.
Okay. Yes po. Thank you so much, Kapitan Ferrer. Yan, so ang brand niya is participatory governance. He mentioned na talagang well-delegated yung task sa mga kagawads niya. And then that's actually a new development, sir, no, from the Supreme Court na by December 2025, that's the next barangay election. So roughly 2 years only. From 5 years na na-extend, ngayon magiging 2 years na lang itong term na. Just for this one na. 3 years ulit. Yes, okay. Ayan. So thank you so much. Sana po marami tayong nakita, no, at na laman doon sa mga plano ng ating mga kandidato para kapitan. Sa puntong ito naman, dadako na tayo sa MFC concerns. Free flowing po ang daloy natin dito. Meron tayong roughly 15 minutes to discuss the different concerns of our business owners na miyembro po ng Maginhawa Food Community. So isa po, sisimulan po natin, isa po ito sa pinaka-concern ng mga restaurants natin dito sa may Maginhawa area and the nearby streets. Ano po ang magiging plano po ninyo o pagtugon ninyo patungkol po sa car towing pati sa parking. Anyone po can start, sir.
Okay, coefficient order.
By the way, pwede po tayong kumain, ha?
Oo.
Nag-open forum.
2019, I already proposed to Councilor Hero Bautista regarding our concerns Maginhawa Street. Yes, there has been an ongoing road clearing. Part of the road clearing is the parking of vehicles on national roads, which is a no-no. My proposal was, since Maginhawa is a 5-lane, why not make it an exemption that the center of the Maginhawa lane, the center path of Maginhawa Road, be made into a single-line parking. Of course, there would be openings for the U-turn and the left and right turns. And in line with that, there's also going to be a lamppost with 2 outstretched for the lights, also in the center of the road, where there will be the 1-lane parking dividing the north and the south. And in that solar-powered lighting system, there will also be the CCTV and the bullhorn system. That was my proposal way back 2019. However, there was no response from the office of Councilor Hilo Bautista. I wanted to put it in a proposed resolution so the barangay could submit it. However, since there was no response from his office, definitely I could not pursue it because Maginhawa Road is strictly city-owned, city-maintained, and city-controlled. Barangay really has nothing much to do about it. And why the center? Why the center as parking space? Well, because most of those business establishments, if they park on the side, they double park. If they double park, they definitely already occupy half of the road. But if they will occupy the center part, where there is the lamppost, the twin-hand lamppost, and the CCTV, and the bullhorn, that would be good enough. And parking on the sides, unless they have a 10-meter indent or a 5-meter indent in their business area, parking for their clientele, then they can park perpendicular to Maginhawa Street. But definitely there will be no parking on the side, only on the center, to accommodate those that do not have yet clientele parking. Of course, there will be some spaces open for the U-turn, right turn, left turn. That will be accommodated. That will solve the problem. And see, there's really a conflict here when it comes to the road clearing, road and sidewalk clearing. MMDA really is strict on it. So it's for the betterment of everybody. And we are not opposing that. I myself, I'm not opposing that. We have been very strict here. And I feel bad because most of the vehicles that are being towed here are vehicles of the clients, customers. So I really feel bad, but what can I do? That's the law. No? So I decided on that proposal. However, I did not get any response. because I really need the city to approve or to make a test on it. Because if there's a proposal, definitely depots will be the one to initiate it initially as an experiment. However, it did not materialize. So I am really at it. There's nothing much to move on.
Thank you so much, Kagawad Garcia. That's a pretty unique suggestion na nasa gitna ng kalsada yung parking instead of both sides. Kasi 'di ba parang one of the concerns din is how to better improve the pedestrianization of Maginhawa. Kasi kung may mga kotse rin na nakapark, saan maglalakad? I mean, imagine Murato area, 'di ba? Ang laki nung lakaran nila tapos may sharing with the parking. So thank you for that proposal, sir. No, sana yung makonsehal natin ay nakikinig din and they could reconsider that. Kay Kapitan Ferrer naman po, sir, ano po ang inyong pagtugon po patungkol dito sa car towing at sa parking issue?
Well, unfortunately, may kasabihan sa batas na dura lex sed lex, no? What is the law is the law. So as a general rule, there should be no parking along the road. But there is already an existing structure, and the existing structure in itself is not compliant with the law. Ideally, if there is a commercial establishment, there should be an allotted parking, no? 5 meters yan, 2 meters, then 3 meters. But yung development along Maginhawa, basically, if you will apply the law, wala nang matira doon sa sa establishment kasi kakainin na mismo 'yon ng kalsada, no? Plus there was this road widening, no, prior to President Duterte's term, no? So that is really a big problem. That is why we also during that time, no, yung 75th anniversary of Quezon City, I don't know if you are aware of what happened, no? The first time na nagkaroon ng Maginhawa Food Hub. So talagang napuno yung Maginhawa, and that was start of what we call yung ordinance, no, which declared that the Maginhawa Street is will be a special zone, no, for businesses, and that no other mainstream business will be located unless there is a special use permit, no. And at the same time, unique ang ino-offer, no, ng mga food, services, because that was at that time was what made Maginhawa known, no, to the general population. So we've been working on that, no. Actually, Assistant City Administrator Bebot Kimpo is always calling for a consultation on how to deal with that, no. We did not oppose the moratorium, no, for the towing. Whatever is the decision of the city and the business establishments, we are not opposing it, no. Because we know that it is an economic thing, no? Economic thing. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, medyo bumagsak talaga lahat. Ang daming nagkasara, ang daming nagbenta. And now we are in the verge of probably bouncing and lilipad na naman ulit. So we have to be very cautious in terms of how to go about itong problem ng parking and the MMDA. Hindi lang kasi ito usapin ng city, because the Maginhawa is a national road. So the whatever is being done is or should be done is not only the barangay. The barangay is just assisting. And the city is also at the same time is only doing its part, no, in terms of implementing the law. The main problem here is MMDA. So it is MMDA who is implementing the towing. And even if in our barangay, I would tell them na, magbigay naman kayo ng abiso para masabihan namin yung mga residente namin na na umalis, no, time and everything. But hindi, it doesn't work that way. I don't know if I will have to brag on this or whatsoever, no? But we receive an award for the road clearing operation sa barangay. So award because we implemented the law. Ang problema kasi 888 pag nireklamo, hindi mo ginawa yung trabaho mo, mere non-parking on the driveway or whatsoever it is already a point against us, then Malacanang will be calling us, no, with this parking, no. So we will have to really work hand in hand, just as what Kagawad Garcia said, no. We really have to work hand in hand with the city government because this will take an ordinance, and the ordinance will have to be the MMDA will have to take cognizance of this particular ordinance. Without that, this will be a perennial problem.
Thank you so much, Kapitan Ferrer, no, for mentioning about the ordinance. We actually wanted to use this town hall as a means then to get the support of whoever will win this election. Kasi ang sinabi po sa amin ni Mayor Joy, pati ni Akakim po, na kailangan daw po ng consolidated resolutions from the barangay, and that document will be the basis of the ordinance, and that ordinance will be submitted to MMDA. That's the only way daw po to address the towing. Kasi we understand, I personally understand as a resident and as a business owner, this is a mabuhay lane, it's a national road, but at the same time, small businesses are getting permits, so meaning there's a conflicting fact there. Paano yung mga customers, yung mga cars nila? Or would there be in the future parking space for the customers, which is malayo pa yun. So yun sir, kung sino pong mananalo sa inyo, sana po makagawa po tayo ng resolution na yun para maipasa po natin sa city to have the ordinance. So thank you so much po for addressing this concern on car towing and parking. Up next is security and order. This did not happen in UP Village, but a month ago, there was this restaurant, 24 hours po siya. In the middle of the morning, around 9 a.m., pinasok po. Tapos nakuha po yung morning sales po nila. And of course, we have several restaurants here in UP Village, here, Friuli, etc., Roberta's, etc. Ano po yung magiging pagtugon po natin, sir, para matiyak na yung mga businesses at yung mga residents po natin ay talagang mapanatili yung peace and order po sa kanila? Anyone po?
Well, my proposal then, even up to now, I still ask all business establishments to give their phone numbers or contact numbers to the BPSO outpost here along Maginhawa. So, and we will also be giving them our number. Actually, all business establishments here in UP Village have the number of the outpost. So if there's any concern, they can call the barangay outpost for security assistance or BPSO assistance. And since there is a 24/7 police personnel that is there, they can be assisted by the police. So far, there is also an ordinance that all business establishments must have CCTVs, not relying just on the barangay CCTVs. So I still would like all businesses that their CCTVs must be operational and implemented, not just for the inside, but also for the outside, covering the street. Because not all CCTVs of the barangay cover entire Maginhawa. We have other areas in the barangay that TV cameras have to be, or CCTV cameras have to be placed. So it's only a very limited number of cameras. So business establishment also should have their CCTV focused outside, immediately outside their place of business. And just like I proposed in the earlier, that on top of the lighting system located in the middle of the street, there would be a CCTV connected to the outpost and to the city and to the police station 9. And there would also be a bullhorn. So in case of any disaster, in case of any need, there can be a bullhorn that will give out warnings. There would also be a CCTV in case some areas cannot be covered by the business establishment CCTVs. It can be covered center of the road. That is my address to those. And then, well, we cannot really impose the no helmet among motorcycle riders. But really, I've been studying that. Let's remove the helmet. Because really, most of the crimes are committed by motorcycle riders. That's a true fact. Even hitmen, they use motorcycles with riders. So, with back riders. So, but I doubt if it would be against the national law to remove those helmets. So the best really is CCTVs. And another thing is maybe there could be a bigger plate number for motorcycles so we can easily check or zoom in to the plate numbers. Because really have difficulty also checking on the plate numbers of motorcycles. It's too small. And there are times that motorcycle plate numbers have too many numbers. You cannot recite all. So,
Thank you so much, Kagawad Garcia. Ayan na yung CCTV. Requirement yan sa mga businesses din. Para makakuha tayo ng business permit, required na operational yung CCTVs natin inside and outside. Okay, Kapitan Ferrer, kayo po sa security and order natin sa mga businesses and residents.
Yeah. Actually, may mga structures naman po tayo. No? Like, there is a law which basically created or a memorandum from the DILG about the neighborhood crime watch. No? Neighborhood crime watch basically empowers non-government organizations, homeowners association, to help the government in terms of dealing with these problems. So actually, I'm very thankful. No? Like since I assumed my position as a barangay captain, we have the UP Village Homeowners Association, UPA 3. They have their own security guards. No? Actually, mga volunteer guards who are actually, sad to say, medyo underpaid pa. No? But they help the barangay in a sense. No? Kasi deterrent sila. Aside from the UP Village Homeowners Association, we have also the otherwise Homeowners Association namin, UP Village East Homeowners Association. Yung mga residents, they contribute for this security. Yung pinasok namin sa neighborhood crime watch. And the barangay also contributes to the Homeowners Association by supporting the allowance of some of the heads of the neighborhood crime watch. No? So, bigay ang barangay dyan coming from our security funds. No? So that we can have supervision or oversight on what is happening. Take note, our barangay is only small. Tanods namin are konti lang po yan. Hindi po kaya tayo. What can you get from a 10 million budget? No? Before, we were getting support from Holy Family and Claret, no, for the security. Claret gave 500,000 for security, deposited to our account. Then we disperse it according to the general accepted rules of accounting procedure, no, sa government. So marami yan sila. They help in the traffic. They help in the monitoring of the peace and order. Unfortunately, after sometime around 2013, they stopped, supporting itong ating. So we end up 15 tanods pagka day and night, 7, 8, may day off pa. So how do you expect them to go around the village? How do you expect them to respond sa maginhawa? So what is very important here is people's participation, the organization's participation. It is suggested that you as as an organization create a system wherein the business establishments will jointly contribute to the security. Like clustering, no? Cluster kayo, like isang cluster dito, o sige, you contribute sa isang tanod dyan o whatsoever, dedicated lang siya dito, tagatingin dyan o whatsoever. Meron nga tayong nagpa-parking dyan, and a parking, they receive some of whatever it is na maliliit. No? If we make it as a formal thing, na imbis na kasama lang yung parking, kasama na yung security training doon, at pagbantay siya, so you hit two birds with one stone. That's one. Second, the law mandates us to have safety officers, no matter how small the establishment is. You know, sa totoo lang, if we want to be strict about it, sa pulang maginawa ng mga homeowners because you don't have any safety officers. By law, you should have at least 25 na employee, there should be a safety officer. And there is a hefty fine, by the way, if I may remind you, for that having a safety officer. Now, you can use that as a reason to pull your funds rather than you having your own safety officer, which costs like 15,000 because of the minimum wage. Na pwede kayong mag-contribute from each of the establishments just to have a safety officer who can double as a public safety BPSO and help in everything and roam down there with a handheld radio directly coordinating with the barangay. Just in case there is a problem, then you call the barangay, tapos na. And we can even train these people. Diba? We can put them in our list of and pagka nagpatawag si Mayor, ito yung mga volunteers, meron pang additional incentive, So those are things that should be looked into. Hindi lang yung barangay po. Sorry. Our hands are full. We are sabihin na natin ill-equipped and everything. At that time when Holy Family and Cleric were supporting us, snappy kami. Yung mga uniform namin and everything is in color maroon. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Ano yan? But kung nawala yung support, how can we go about it? Even COA doesn't allow uniforms for the barangay.
Yeah.
Diba? Unfair. Ang city may uniforme, kami wala. Kasi sinabi ng COA, bawal. Ano ba yan? I mean, those are things na we have to be creative, no? So that's one and foremost thing that we would like to recommend once re-elect tayo. Yun. If you are asking us what we can do, I'm asking you, what can you do?
Thank you so much. That was a reverse card, but thank you. Pero that's a good suggestion, lalo na for the security, na instead of one establishment nga, we can try to be creative, sir, doon sa per cluster. Pwede natin gawin yun. Thank you for that suggestion, sir. Okay, so moving on from security, now we head on to waste disposal and flooding. I'm not sure if there's flooding in UP Village area. So ano po yung pwedeng tugon po natin dito, lalo na kakaiba na po yung mga pag-ulan natin ngayon, and how do we manage the waste, lalo dumarami yung mga consumers natin at yung mga restaurants din dito sa area.
Okay, waste. Problema talaga yan. One thing is, ang flooding sa amin is our maginhawa corner mapagkawang-gawa. It's a catch basin. So all of those oil, for a lack of a better term, disposed, whether or not legally or illegally, or whatsoever it is during cleaning or whatsoever it is, goes to our territory. Pababa po yan, coming from Teachers Village. Topography, dito po, nag-gravitate sa amin. So now and then, every 6 months, we have to clean that area and we get like this, na lard, solid. Imagine. That's the problem. So, we do that. Walang problema. Of course, very yun. Now, anong solution? Ang solution is an inter-barangay thing. Kasi number one, we have to check all in terms of the grease trap, no? May grease trap pa lahat yan from up there down. Number two, ano yung ginagawang way of disposal? Napakamahal kasi yung pag-dispose ng waste. Di ba? Exorbitant. So why not again bring it back to you? Why not consolidate, di ba, your waste disposal system? Kayo naman ang may organization, di ba? Instead of them earning, di ba, from the waste collection of this waste, why not you as an association enter into contract and look into this particular problem of consolidating the collection of waste? I don't know if you've been doing that. I hope that is part of your plans, but that is an inter-barangay thing. I cannot, or the barangay cannot deal with that only here. But even if we do it here, there are still others there. And it's out of our jurisdiction, but it is within your jurisdiction as an association. So I'll be bringing it back to you again. What's your program in terms of solid waste management? Kami po naglilinis lang. At sumusunod kami sa ordinansa at nangyayari pa, pinagkakitaan pa kayo ng mga nangongolekta. So that's not ours, ha? Hindi sa amin yan. Tagabigay lang kami ng permit. Tagalinis lang kami. Pero sana naman maawa rin kayo sa amin na naglilinis tsaka nangungulit tawag-tawag at pag nababa doon sa dulo, kami ang puperwisyo. At tayo rin pala kasi nasada natin ito.
Tama yun, no? It's really an inter-barangay responsibility, shared responsibility basically. Kasi kahit kunwari here in UP Village, talagang very responsive at sumusunod lahat. Pero kung sa ibang villages din naman, hindi sumusunod, pareho lang yung problema, tuloy-tuloy pa rin siya. Pwede na siguro maging advisor din si Sir, no, ng Maginhawa Food Community. Ang dami na nalilista para sa mga programa natin. Kay ano naman po, Kagawad Garcia, paano po ang inyong plano pagdating sa waste disposal and flooding?
2013 pala, sorry. Barangay UP Village enacted an ordinance requiring all business establishments to have a grease trap. And every year when we make our inspection, we find that some do not follow the grease trap ordinance. There is also a grease trap ordinance of the city, and yet still it is not being followed. It's not just the grease, it is also the garbage, the trash. Very few business establishments here follow this waste segregation. Very few follow. So far, we have not been giving notices because we have been referring it to the City Hall. Because since this is City Hall concern, because you're on a national road, C1. So we decided to turn it over to them. So they will be the one to cite you people. But so far, it still persists. Most of your business establishment do not practice waste segregation. You have no MOA or contracts with junkyards or junk shops that can collect your segregated waste. Also your lard or your oil, your used oil. Most establishments do not have that. So this is not just a one-side solution. This has to be a two-side solution. So definitely, the business establishment must also cooperate with us. Because the barangay, sa barangay, we try to be as neighborly as we can. And that's the work of the barangay. Be as neighborly as we can. Remind and refer to City Hall for action. But as much as possible, we don't want to be doing that because we would like to be. After all, in barangay, talagang it is amicable settlement. No? So we're trying to be as neighborly as we can. But of course, we would also like that you business people also do your share. Because the barangay, definitely the barangay, we have only a limited budget and our personnel are on multitasking. We cannot tend to all of these things. We definitely cannot tend to it. So we really need your cooperation. That's it.
Thank you so much, Kagawad Garcia. Palakpakan po natin ang ating mga candidates. Yan po ang kanilang tugon sa mga concerns na nilista ng ating mga business owners. Ngayon po mga sir, dediretso na po tayo sa ating open forum. Sa mga viewers po natin, lalo na sa UP Village Residents Group po natin, sa mga nanonood po dyan, pwede po kayo magtanong diretso dito sa ating live stream para po ma-address ng ating mga candidates. Okay, so mamimili po tayo ng mga katanungan online and even here sa mga kasama natin from MFC, pwede rin po kayo mag-question. Meron tayong around 10 minutes for this portion. So while we're waiting online, meron po ba tayong questions from our fellow officers, lalo na from UP Village? Sir Dan, sige po. Lapit na lang po tayo dito, sir, para sa mic and mahagip po ng camera.
Magandang gabi po, panauhin namin Pandangal, Kapitan Ferrer, Agawad Sani. Nakikinig po ako kanina, talagang napakatagal na yung serbisyong ginagawa niyo para sa ating barangay. No? Pero dahil patuloy pa rin naman, at ang mga tao ay maasa pa rin sa paglilingkod niyo. Pero ang concern namin ngayon, ano po kaya ang mga makabagong pamamaraan na gagawin niyo sa inyong patuloy na paglilingkod, mga innovative ideas, ika nga. Kanina nakikinig ako, maganda yung sinabi nyo about the Central Park sa Along Maginhawa. And then si Kapitan, yung kanyang participatory style of community service, no? Tama siya, hindi tayo sa barangay lang aasa, no? Kailangan. And siguro, i-develop pa natin yung pagtutulungan na ito. Ano po kaya ang mga bagong mga programa na makakatugon? Lalo ngayon, isa sa main concern ng mga tao ngayon dito ay yung health aspects, no, ng governance, no. Kaya siguro makakapagbigay tayo ng mga bagong suggestion para dito. Thank you po.
Okay po, from our candidates, mga makabagong pagtugon daw po sa mga problema.
Bago. Ganda yan. Kaya nga makabago, no? We talk about technology.
Yes.
Okay. So technology, itong advent ng AI natin, artificial intelligence natin, saka advent natin ng IT, no? Information technology. Sad to say, sad to say, there's too much bureaucracy. No, if you think that I can say within this coming 2 years na yan that I can implement IT sa Barangay UP Village, I cannot promise sa IT na yan. That should be coming from the private sector. Kasi alam nyo, ang budgetary cycle ng barangay is you have to prepare a year. Like for example now, if we were to be elected, tapos na po ang budget year. Ang budget year will now be 2024, which is October. Pagdating ng October po, at ipapasok natin tong suggestion natin na yan, at October sa budget na yan, that will be implemented on October 2025. 2 years. Tapos na yan. Kaya sabi ko nga sa inyo, pag nagbago pa ng kapitan. However, that's bureaucracy. That's the long play na tinatawag natin. Now, what's the role of the non-government organizations, your business? You have to contribute. Kung IT ang pinag-uusapan natin dito, the Maginhawa food community, if we want this to be a pagbabago, we have to deal with efficient information, fast and efficient information. And we cannot do that without IT, information technology, and probably AI, no? Now, paano pong gagawin natin yan? Like for example, yung usual na barcode, yung mga pumapasok, monitoring natin ng mga customers natin, peace and order, etc., etc. So, ano yan eh, one way of getting discounts probably if you have a QR code, no? Tapos pag ikaw ay member ka, automatic ka, alam na kung sino yung pumupunta eh. Of course, that's, probably that's not a problem in terms of data privacy, no? Pero siyempre, ang importante lang if you know na itong tao to is registered in the legit customer to na hindi magiging threat sa peace and order. Pag dumating yan at nakita natin na pumasok na walang ni isa mang or facial recognition probably or whatever it is, no? So, preemptive yun, no? It will preempt, no, the things that will probably be, in terms of peace and order. Now, in terms of enhancement of business, IT na naman yan. Di ba? Kasi siyempre online na tayo lahat. Di ba? So if you coordinate with the barangay, within the area, I mean, we also have our constituents. We also have our database within the purview of the data privacy law, no? That can synergize. Yun yung thing na we can say na pwedeng maging makabago. But sa barangay, mahabang usapan yan. But if we want to deal with it right now, okay, yan, it's just a matter of you helping us, giving us the necessary things that we can do within the bounds of the law and giving us the necessary data that we can act on. So ano yan, synergy pa rin po yan. Again, pasensya na po kayo. Pinabalik ko na naman ng people's participation dito because as I explained to you, that's the budget process, no, sa UP Village, no? And not only UP Village pala, for the whole of the local government at saka. But one thing that I can probably implement is I can probably make you a member of the Barangay Development Council as an NGO. So you can look into how the budget is being spent and how we can probably ask to budget some of the things for the betterment of the street. No? So that's the least that we can do. You can even be part of the Barangay Peace and Order Council. You can even be part of the Barangay Solid Waste Management Committee. You can even be part of whatever it is. No? So yeah, that first in the agenda upon being elected, you will now be sending your representatives to Barangay UP Village. Thank you.
Yes, and I think that's also a good suggestion, not only for UP Village, even for the other 4 villages. Thank you, sir, for that suggestion. Kasi we just started in 2021, so talaga inayos pa rin po namin sistema namin. So thank you, Kapitan, for that suggestion. Kagawad Garcia, kayo po, ano po ang tugon niyo sa sinabi ni Sir Dan ng Robertas?
When it comes to health, no, we have sufficient laws and ordinances like yung tapat ko, linis ko, and then yung 3 o'clock habit in the afternoon. If everybody practices that, including business establishments, it will keep the area clean. And once the area is neat and clean, it is very conducive. It attracts customers. When it comes to propagating your businesses, of course, we have already enough. We have the Instagram, we have the Facebook, we have the Viper. I guess that's sufficient enough. And everybody knows about Maginhawa. Everybody knows. Even in Mindanao, they know where Maginhawa is. Because of the initial stage, it became really a boom, a big boom. Now, people are asking where is Maginhawa because they haven't seen it. But they are standing on Maginhawa Street. But where are the businesses? There are none. And yet, what? They see street sweepers sweeping the street. When in fact, business establishment should be sweeping your own front yard. You should be sweeping your own front, keeping it clean. And if you can keep it clean, it would attract. There's no need for any advertising, grandeur advertising. There's no need for that. They will all naturally come along. No? And if there are any suspicious people, of course, you can always call the barangay. At the barangay outpost, there are police officers 24/7. They also go around. They start here from UP Village all the way going to Sikatuna. That's what they do. That's only what they do, transfers this area. So it still will most come from you. Cleanliness is the key.
Thank you so much, Kagawad Garcia. We still have one question from Adrian. Adrian, okay.
Magandang gabi po, Kapitan Ferrer, Kagawad Garcia, Jules. Ang tanong ko po ay, baka may innovative ideas po tayo sa mga out-of-school youth, mga street children. Ngayon po, na-observe pa rin natin siya dito sa Maginhawa. Ayun lang po. Thank you po.
Thanks, Adrian. Anyone po? Yeah, for context lang din sa viewers natin, no, marami kasing mga kids din na nagbebenta ng sampagita. Of course, from time to time, yung mga consumers natin, yung mga customers natin, bumibili rin naman sila. Pero minsan, kapag magsistay ka, for example, mga 2 hours or 3 hours, ilang beses sila babalik sa inyo. And minsan, sirs, binababa sila ng L300, so talagang organized po sila. So ano po kaya pwede nating gawing action po dyan?
In my years as a peace and order co-chairman in the barangay, we have so many complaints about parking attendants and those that street dwellers, not only street dwellers, but those that are also vendors, no, not just sampaguita vendors, but flower vendors, you know, especially when it comes to Valentine's Day. I admit it's very difficult to control them. And so far, barangay has not been negligent or did not give any notice to that. As a matter of fact, we've been always writing SSDD of Quezon City for them to do their thing. Because barangay cannot really get them and house them and take care of them. It's beyond our capability, our capacity. It's still Quezon City Hall or SSD or DSWD. It is there. But for us, we just can only control them, make sure that they do not do anything. There are a lot of complaints like if they have not been handed their tip for parking, their vehicles will be scratched, or sometimes if they see something valuable inside the vehicle, windows are smashed. A lot. In several years as being a co-chairman for security and peace and order in this barangay, of course he's the chairman. We blame him, you know.
Backstab.
But really, it's really a big concern. And Quezon City has to do something about this. We have not been negligent in informing City Hall regarding this. And they have to do their thing. But of course, just like I said, barangay has to be neighborly. We cannot also, since they are doing their thing for their stomachs, you know, they're also hungry. So we just make sure that they don't do anything messy. And when everything is done, all businesses are closed, then they all go. If they are done with their business, they all go. See, we cannot just get them and then show them off. No. We have to be kind also. They also have some stomachs to feed, including theirs. But definitely when it comes to street children, still is City Hall. Thank you.
Thank you.
Garcia, Kapitan, direct.
Yeah. First is documentation. So if you think that we have the particular problem, you have to really document it. Nakita ninyo, meron bumaba doon, bumaba siya sa sakyan, organize siya, etc. First question, kung ano ba yung plate number? Second question, ilan yan sila, ilan yung mga bata, etc. etc. May picture ba yan? So you have to really have this thing which is happening really documented. I-blatter yan, i-see yan. So efficiency in terms of documentation. Again, information technology. No? We really have to be efficient. Number one. Documentation. Number two is kulitan yan. No? Kulitan yan. Ano yung sabihin ng kulitan? In the barangay, like for us, no, we do not mind you writing us a letter. Of course, respectfully. Kasi may iba kasi pag nagre-reklamo at tawag sa barangay, barangay lang eh. So, I've been a barangay captain for, a number of years. No? Pag kami nagre-reklamo sa barangay, minsan nakala mo kung sino pa sila. No? Diba? Parang, pag mamayari nila yung barangay, no? So may entitlement mentality, no? Without respect to persons in authority, because barangay officials are persons in authority, no? At kung asta parang sinong bossing, no? Of course, we are public servants. No? We have no choice but to, accede in whatever it is, no? And take whatever is the complaint, no? But we request that it should be done in a proper way. Meron naman tayong due process, may documents naman tayo. If it is documented, then you can. Then kulitan tayo. Then dialogue. What is most important here is dialogue. Nakakolekta na tayo ng documents natin, ay forward na natin, meron na tayong receiving copy, kompleto na yan, and yet there is nothing being done. That is a dereliction of duty. Pero pag i-send din niya yan sa amin sa barangay, and in writing, we have no recourse but to act on it. So balik ako, parang wala pa akong na-receive na in writing na complaint from Maginawa food community about what is happening. As far as I recall, wala pa akong natatanggap. Now, and yet we have this thing, this problem that you've been telling us now, what can we do about these particular problems? Babalik ko ulit. Bago ko namin ma-actionan yan, please have it documented. No? Properly documented. So we can act on it. I-blatter yan or whatsoever it is. Then we are duty bound to act on it. Okay? Now, on other matters naman, I was thinking on the other side kasi iniisip ko kasi nung kanina, nung sinabanggit mo what we can do about the children and everything. I was thinking more on of the CSR, yung social responsibility ng Maginawa food community. Why social responsibility? I was thinking we can be more relevant as an organization if we can probably work hand in hand with TESDA, with the barangay and with the TESDA. Kasi meron po tayong mga may mga projects po tayo sa TESDA about hospitality management, may projects tayo about food, cooking, or whatever it is, di ba? So instead of, you can work with the barangay, o meron kayong need na ganito, gawa kami ng TESDA program, na meron silang NC3, then you can get them as ang tawag yan, one of your employees, di ba? And coming from the barangay, trained dyan, di ba? At doon sila natin yun. Yung utang na loob nila at saka yung performance nila will be better because number one, alam nyo kung saan sila hanapin. Di ba? Number two, alam natin na utang na loob nila na-train sila. Number three, sa barangay naman sila kumuha ng clearance. And there is a law, basically, an ordinance which yung mga empleyado natin, you should get at least 30% from the barangay. Hindi na i-implement yun. But meron tayong ordinance na kung may mga establishment yan, at least mga 30% ng mga employees should be coming from the barangay. Pero hindi pa namin, implementing it kasi hindi mo kami masyado pang ano. But of course, UP Village is only a part of Maginawa. Maliit lang kami dito, ilan lang ang establishments dito. Marami doon. But now, we will be probably expanding hanggang doon sa kabila because there are applications also, so we don't know what can be done. But of course, since you are more experienced into handling yung side na yun ng mga businesses or mga problems, and it's just a matter of template. Ano yung naging problema dito? Ano yung pwede maging problema dito? Then you can ask, deal with us. So, dalawa lang yan. Basically, Please have it documented. Number two, we are always open for dialogue. Okay? Ano yan? It's a given. And if it is documented, then ano tayo dito? We are duty bound to act on it, or else we will be charged for dereliction of duty. Thank you.
Let's appreciate yung mga candidates natin sa pagtugon sa problem na to. Kasi siguro on surface level, minsan, di ba, kapag customer ka or pag business owner ka, minsan maiirita ka dun sa mga bata. Pero aside from that, pinalalim ng candidates natin on how we can deal with the problem. Kung ano yung root cause mismo. Di ba? Ba't sila nagbebenta sa pagita? Ba't sila nalilimos? Kasi may root problem. Yung kahirapan nila mismo. And maganda na nasuggest ng mga candidates natin dito na mas maging productive yung approach natin dito, na why not consider them as kung out of school youth man sila, but hindi natin matap sila as, as productive part of our businesses. How else can we provide hope for them as well, di ba? So thank you so much for opening up those kinds of ideas. Okay, so we've been asking the audience to send out questions. There's this one question, and I think this is addressed to Kagawad Garcia. So this question is from AI Galang. Okay, so the question is, I know what has Capleo has done for many years. What has Kagawad Garcia done in explicit terms that he can replace the incumbent? Yun po ang question.
Vote for me, so you will know.
Straightforward. Okay, thank you so much. Maraming salamat, AI Galang, for that question. Okay, so I guess if there are more, yes, we have a question. Halika po. Pakilala na rin po tayo and let's address the question to...
Hello po, good evening. Sorry. Ayan. Ayan po. So, one of the challenges po ng employees namin is actually the commute to Maginhawa. So, would there be any contribution from the barangay how to address that po? Since parang hindi siya masyadong commuter friendly. And even also for the students na walang cars and customers po, since this is a food hub na talaga in QC. So to make it more accessible and to help us business owners din po, how can that be addressed po kaya? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ano po ang pwede natin gawin doon?
2020 and also 2021, early part of 2021, the city provided a e-trike. There was an e-trike system transversing Maginhawa. As a matter of fact, Barangay UP Village also requested for 2 e-trikes, no, to be transversing Maginhawa. So people who would like to go to Mercury's drugstore in Philcoa, they would be using the e-trikes because then there was lockdown 2020, then early part of 2021. So, well, barangay cannot afford e-trikes. So what we can do is propose to the city to restart the e-trike system along Maginhawa Street. The e-trike system started from City Hall, going through Mayaman Street, coming out Maginhawa. Then it goes all the way to Viluna Road. Viluna Road and Calayan Avenue. Then it turns right on Calayan Avenue and it goes straight to Quezon City Hall. Umiikot yan. So parang ikot yan. And then there is another e-trike system that goes clockwise, counterclockwise. That was implemented 2020 and early part of 2021. But when there was already a complete opening, the e-track system was slowly removed. Because, of course, well, tricycles already had been operational and people needed income. So there was no need for the e-trike system. But maybe we can ask City Hall to re-implement the e-trike system. But for us, for the barangay to provide an e-trike system, which is a very nice idea, but I don't think we have the funds for that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kagawad Garcia. Kapitan Ferrer, kayo po.
This can be another source of income, no, for Maguinhawa food community. Why not consider applying for LTFRB for a route, no, for the Maguinhawa using the modernized jeepney, no, flying, like for example from Maguinhawa directly to probably Malingap or around, no? Kasi at least that's 15 units, no, for a franchise, plus you get like 300,000 pesos support from the national government for doing this particular project, no, for the route, no, going around. So you might want to consider this as an organization, probably pool your resources, no, so that you will no longer depend on the government, no, in terms of having itong area na to. And you can do that. Why? Because Maguinhawa is a national road. You can fly the national road and you can go to Kalayaan probably and go around, no? So national road yan. Yung mga tricycles will not object. And they cannot object because they are only allowed sa barangay roads. And they are actually not allowed to go to the national road. But due to the lack of transport network, they are now flying the national road. But if you can look into this and study the matter, mga businessmen naman tayo lahat dito, you know, you can look at the feasibility study and that will really spur the growth, no? If you go out. Like before kasi, yung e-trike coming from City Hall, naghahatid dyan to the establishment, paikot. Diba? But that's, you are at the mercy of the city government. Pag sira na yung e-trike mo, wala na ngayon, natigil. So, wala na. Okay? But if you can work on that particular na ruta, no? That's one way of developing the area and, getting people to ride. Wala nang problema rin sa parking. Like kasi mabilis ang sakay. You can go out, in. So, something like that, no? So that's a possible thing that can be done, to address the problem of accessibility.
Thank you so much, Kapitan Ferrer. I think we have exhausted the questions unless meron pa tayong burning question. Wala na? Okay, so thank you so much. That ends our open forum. Ngayon po ay dadako na po tayo sa huling bahagi ng town hall para sa inyo pong closing statement. So bibigyan po namin kayo ng tig 5 minuto para po ikampanya ang inyong slate at yung plataforma ninyo. And of course, call to vote na rin po. And I heard meron po kayong meeting de avance on Saturday? Okay, i-invite na rin po natin sila. So let's start with Kagawad Garcia and then we end with Attorney Ferrer. Kagawad Garcia, 5 minutes.
Okay, on October 28 at 3 p.m. at the Barangay Hall, UP Village, we'll be having our meeting de avance. And in that meeting de avance, our platforms will be presented in the expounded form, no? In a more detailed form. So kindly be there, no? And see how you can, what you can get from it. But definitely, in our plans, we always accommodate Maguinhawa Street, Mayamani Street, Matayimik Street, because these are our business area streets. For my slate, I only have 2 barangay kagawads with me, namely Edwin Boyet Morales He's a businessman. No, and he has been serving also the barangay in his own private way. And I also have the Mr. Paul Le Truong An. His father was a former Vietnam ambassador to the Philippines, but when the fall of Vietnam came, they decided just to reside here, and he's the son of the ambassador. But he has resided here in the barangay for more than 4 decades. More than 4 decades. I understand he was also born here. So he's now with me, running as a barangay kagawad. And we also have a guest one with us because she came in late, Annalyn Karandang. No, she's the one, she's the church active lady. Actually, this church active lady has also been contributing much to the barangay. So these are the people that I am promoting. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. Enrique Garcia, incumbent kagawad and running for Barangay Captain for Barangay UP Village. And lastly, we have the incumbent Kapitan of UP Village. We have Atty. Ferrer II.
Yes, this coming October 30, 2023, please vote for Team Legacy. So bakit daw Team Legacy? Kasi matagal na nililibihan. And we're going to leave a legacy for Barangay UP Village. With me is incumbent Barangay Kagawad Ria Espiritu, who is an education graduate from the University of the Philippines and master's also in special education. So we have also Kai Arteanda, who is also been active with the barangay. We have Kagawad Ian Frico, who is the son of our three-termer Barangay Kagawad Jessica Frico. We have with me also Alvin Credo, who is the husband of outgoing Barangay Kagawad Remy Credo, who is for the gender and advocacy development. I mean, these two guys, pag nakakampanya kami, binabanggit ko, 2-in-1 yan. Kasi bakit 2-in-1? Dahil yung outgoing, sigurado naman, sisiguraduhin niya na itong incoming will be performing well and they will be really working together because, alam niyo na, 3-termer ito, so they do not want to leave whatever it is to the hands of the successor without really trying to see to it that they are working. No? Mga 3-in-1 yan. So, 2-in-1. So, we also have Kagawad sa Balsa. Kagawad sa Balsa ran against me in 2018 and now is joined my state. No? So, as sa environmental protection naman po siya. Kagawad Alvin Credo is sa elderly. Kagawad Ian is for the health. Kagawad Ria is for education. Kagawad Kai Arteanda is for gender and development. We also have Abby Huyugan, who is for rehabilitation, health and rehab, and for the PWD. Himself a PWD also. That's him. And we also have, ilan na ba? 6 na ba yan? Ulang yata ako ng isa. Ilan nakalimutan. Alvin sa Balsa, Kuyugan, Credo, Gawad Ria, Espiritu, Kai Arteanda, Ian Frico, and nakalimutan ko ng isa. Sorry. Yeah, okay, thank you. Sino ba yung nakalimutan ko dito? Si Abby, ang hindi tayo magugutuman. Si Biscocho, Jojo. Biscocho kasi. Kalimutan ko si Kagawad Biscocho. He's representing Upra 3. Upra 3. Si Kagawad Kai representing UPV East. Si Kagawad Abby also is representing UPV West. So yung representation medyo karatakot. Of course, we also have our alternate Kagawads, our guest candidates. We have former Kagawad Patrick Marquez and one who ran also for Kagawad Tindogan, and we are also part of our alternate Kagawad also is si Sunflower, si Karangdang. Analin, no. I mean, this is ang tawag yan, we want it to be, we want the constituents to be more, ang tawag yan, makita nila yung choices. Ayun, choices. So, yun po. That is for Team Legacy, and whatever happens itong elections na to, be assured that with my experience, I will still be helping. Hindi ako manalo. Ano po problema yan? Pag manalo man po tayo, since you are here and you brought these particular issues at hand, the office is always open, and we can, whatever I said here is on record. So, pwede nyo ako singilin. Para natin ayusin.
Pwede nyo kami sinilin.
Live stream.
Second, may nagawa na, may magagawa pa. Suriin ang nagawa, hindi ang paninira. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Attorney Virgilio J. Ferrer, ang incumbent barangay captain. Na-enjoy ko tong discussion na to. Napakalalim, no? Thank you so much for your suggestions. Talagang aside from nakatulong to for the voters, definitely nakatulong to for MFC to better improve how what we do in the community. So thank you so much, and all the best po sa remaining days of the campaign. But before we end, may ipopromote lang po kami. Dahil magka-Halloween na po, meron po kaming Halloween costume party. Contest pala. So ngayong 27 to 28 October, iniimbitahan po namin kayo na sumali sa ating taunang Halloween costume contest. Kailangan nyo lang pong bumisita sa at least 5 restaurants ng MFC ng naka-costume at gumawa po ng short videos na ipopost sa inyong Facebook, Instagram at TikTok. Yung listahan po ng mga restaurants natin ay nakapost na po sa Maginhawa Food Community. Nasa 16 participating restaurants. So pili lang kayo doon, gagawa kayo ng video, ipopost sa social media ninyo, gamitin nyo ang hashtags na Maginhawa FC, Maginhawa Better Together, hashtag Maginhawa, hashtag Malinga para makita namin yung videos ninyo. Tiyakin din po na nakapublic ang bawat video para makita po namin. At may cash prizes po tayo. 10,000 pesos para sa first place, 7,000 pesos para sa second place, at 3,000 pesos para po sa third place. Maraming salamat po kay Consi Irene Belmonte sa pag-sponsor po nito. Ever since last year po, nag-sponsor po siya nito. Meron din po tayong store design contest para po sa mga bonafide member restaurants ng MFC. I-decorate nyo lang po na pang Halloween ang mga stores ninyo at maaari kayong manalo na 5,000 sa first place, magkanong 3,000 para naman para second place at 2,000 para sa third place. Muli po, maraming salamat kay Consi Belmonte, Irene Belmonte para po sa pag-sponsor. At bilang panghuli, sir, kanina po nabanggit niyo noong 2014, yun po yung Maginhawa Food Fest. Ngayong taon po, ibabalik po natin siya. Mag-uusap po tayo siguro ulit kung sino pong mananalo dahil magta-traffic po ulit sa Maginhawa. December 2 po, 2023. In partnership po ito with Quezon City Government at sa JCI Quezon City Capitol. Babalik po natin ang Maginhawa Food Festival. Antabayanan po sa Facebook pages ng MFC at ng Quezon City Food Festival para po sa mga detalye. Calling for merchants po kung gusto niyo pang magbenta, for buskers, for artists, etc. Kung gusto niyo po maging part ng festival na to, bumisita lang po kayo sa aming Facebook page. At dito na po nagtatapos ang ikatlong leg po ng MFC Barangay Town Hall 2023 para sa Barangay UP Village. Bukas po makita-kita tayo sa may daily habit para naman po sa last town hall natin for this elections, para naman yan sa Barangay TV East. Okay, maraming salamat po. Ako po muli si Jules Giyang at bumoto po tayo sa Lunes, October 30. Maraming salamat po.